Hello and welcome to the Blue Monday podcast, covering Ipswich Town since 2015. I'm Richard Woodard and you're tuning into our post-match reaction live show special following Doncaster 0, Ipswich Town 1. Joining me to talk through it with all of you, Dave Diamond. And Dave, that wasn't as enjoyable as it might have been.
Again, a bit like Saturday, I think I said on the pod on Sunday, the tough watch again was, well, I say it's a tough watch. God, they were awful, weren't they? I know they got a lot of injuries and it was quite a young Doncaster side there, but goodness me, they were terrible. And I suppose at the end of the day, it's 3 points and at least it does set us up nicely for Saturday. You know, we desperately needed 6 points out of these two games after the Sheffield Wednesday result. Performances haven't been brilliant, I don't think, but it didn't need to be. As Matthew said on comms tonight, it was like a training match, wasn't it, at times?
Yeah.
It was just, some infuriating offsides again, which I'm sure we'll get to. I'm sure someone will bring up some strange finishing at times, but yeah, just generally frustrating. Yeah, but yeah, comfortable enough. I mean, yeah, they had a few corners, and you know when they get a corner last knock into the game, you thought, here we go. But yeah, saw it out. So the main thing, 6 points. Move on.
Look who's here.
Saturday.
Did invite him.
There he is.
Din, just because all the results went our way tonight, and only Rotherham won in the top 6, and
Plymouth won.
Plymouth below. But all of those, we were talking about on the podcast last week about 6th place being unattainable. All I wanted to add is that you couldn't have written a better load of results for the playoffs squidging up, and I will bid everybody farewell and have a great show.
Are you really?
That is a little that is a cameo.
I've just been streaming for 2 hours.
Oh, well done. Good on you.
It's worth him coming on just for the shirt.
Oh,
that is magnificent.
And what happened straight away? Oh, he's a Blackpool fan. They're tangerines. Literally, I wear a Super Mario shirt when Mario Vrancic plays for Norwich, and I'm a Norwich fan or a Stoke fan. Anyway, sorry, Rich.
Good to see you,
I'll bid you farewell. But that's
lovely to see you, Ben.
That's my only point on tonight, is that we spoke about where 6th was trending, and that has slowed down tonight. Maybe for one night only, but there we go. See you later,
Positives.
guys.
That's what we want. Cheers, man. There you go. Any other member of the Blue Monday team who is on the internet wants to join in?
Brilliant.
Welcome. I mean, we need to. We are going out live, and there are a lot of people out in the comments. So thank you for that. We'll rattle through those. Let's Charlie D. Good evening. New strikers? Anyone? Question mark. I mean, a striker that can stay on side, Dave, or head a ball on target would be great. Evening to Chris. Great to have you with us. So frustrated. Thought Thompson, the only player inside who wanted to attack. Everyone else just continually turned back. Is the zero positivity going forward?
Yeah, it's a strange one. Selena's a frustration for me at some point. Yeah, he's got so much, and he's so much. He is head and shoulders above everything else there. And other than the run, where it's a brilliant run, where he actually did get it on his left foot, got it wide, and whipped in the cross that. Bond probably again one of few headers perhaps he could have done better with. He kept turning back into traffic and stuff. And then, of course, he laid on the chance for Norwood near the end, which he just couldn't sort his feet out. But do you think Selena? I had Chaplin.
It's an interesting one, Chris.
I thought Chaplin was my man of the match. I thought he did.
Oh, really? I think it's going to be one of these nights where I didn't think Selena. Chris, if you want to give us some of your observations and thoughts on Selena, you're right. I mean, great cross for Bond, which he should score.
Yeah.
But
it's frustrating on the night.
I didn't think either him or Chaplin offered a huge amount. I know, at least with Chaplin,
neat and tidy.
He tried to have his shots, didn't he? He had a couple of efforts,
I thought he was the pick tonight, but people see different.
I think I agree with Chris that Thompson was probably. I was watching it with Seb, and we both thought Thompson was better tonight.
Solid, yeah.
Lee, anyone notice how often the Donny keeper took the ball out of his area when kick? Yes, I did. I shouted
really?
handball, a few times. Definitely agree with that one.
Didn't pick up on that.
Here we go. More on the Selena. Positive vibes. FPL Tractor. Selena looks like a really good FIFA player who's forgot the button to shoot. Oh, there you go. I read the first bit about really good. I didn't read the rest of it. So FPL. Charlie's noticed the handballs as well. Evening to Will. Great to have you with us. Thought we controlled that one well. Can't complain about 6 wins from 8.
Yeah,
we would have dropped points there under previous managers, and that's Dave feels like the overriding
probably
emotion
right.
out of this, isn't it?
I think it's a fair comment. Yeah.
And also, I know you guys talked about it on the flagship. I think Joe might have mentioned it, and we were advocating for a quick fix to get our promotion credentials back on track. You'd have been hard pushed to better McKenna's record, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean,
With
18. 18 points from a possible 24. Yeah, outstanding. Maybe that does mask, but look, you can only, I know it's the old adage, you can only beat what's in front of you. And I tend to agree with it, Will, just a couple of minutes ago there, that, in previous seasons. And I've said, you say it when you watch Ipswich, because when you're watching, your glass is always half empty kind of thing. And you think, here comes a corner, and you think, oh yeah, I've seen this scenario before, but no, we saw both games out on Saturday and tonight. And like I said, 6 points important, and it sets it up nicely for Saturday.
I wonder, definitely, if you want to give us your man of the match, I think there might be a few different variations, or I might be being unreasonably harsh on Selena and Chaplin, but interesting to get folks' view on man of the match. Obviously, looking ahead to MK Dons, any thoughts on that one? Any team selection changes you might do in predictions for that one? But I'm interested to get man of the match.
I think we can safely say that Morsey will come straight back in.
Yeah, I think feels like
he has been a bit of but again, we won 3. 4 games he's been out. We won 3, lost 1. But he has been a miss. That drive from midfield. As we said Sunday, he's the one that drives through, breaks the lines and stuff, and we have missed that. Really missed that. So that will be looking forward. I mean, I think MK at one point tonight were top 2. Whether they still are, whether they are top 2 still, I'm not sure.
Well, we'll get the final results and the league table up.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
In a second. Yeah, good shout there. James has got some unnecessarily sweaty, but got the 3 points. Generally okay performance. Probably worth getting back to scoring the warm. Yeah, I mean, Backinson was Twitter was great. There was like a 10-minute spell where everyone was hating on Backinson, and then
I want to play.
He pokes it in, doesn't he?
He gave one shocking pass. I thought he started the match quite well, and then he played that pass, didn't he? Just completely side foot, just completely out of play. And you think, what the hell?
Yeah. Evening to Eric. Always a frequent flyer on our live show. Chances missed, incredible. Yeah, there was some. I mean, that was the difference between tonight and Gillingham and Accrington. There were chances to win.
Yeah, there were more chances created.
More.
Yeah, I mean, what Bond was doing with that? Okay, you can say it only 2 minutes in or whatever, but how did he not get his head square on that one, for goodness sake, with the Selena cross? That was a weird one.
And everyone, Brenner said it at the same time as Seb and I was saying, you've got to head into the ground maybe. And
yeah.
Rather than straight into the anyway. I mean, it's easy for us. It's easy for us to say it sat here by the computer.
It is. Yeah.
What else have we got? Yeah, FPL Tractor. I thought it was better than Saturday. Clearly better than them. Just couldn't get the second goal. Interesting that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Michael Carrick were watching from the stands there, old mate Kieran. Did you think there was a little bit of showboating and champagne possession football, perhaps, from the players?
I think it was. Maffey did sum it up quite well when he said it was like a training match. I mean, it was pedestrian at times, weren't they? They weren't really pressing. They were almost happy to sit back and a 1-0. Oh, for goodness sake, pretty much the same team won at Sunderland on Saturday. Goodness me, how on earth? I mean, it's just the league. It sums up the league, probably, doesn't it? But they were just not. They're just not a threat at all. And I think, I said a better performance tonight than Saturday, probably. But, Gillingham were head and shoulders above Doncaster, I thought, both.
Gillingham won tonight as well against Cambridge.
Gillingham won tonight again. Yeah, Gillingham did win tonight. So I thought Gillingham were, yes, we made hard work of it Saturday, but I thought, they had the target man up front. It was a handful right through the game. And I thought we were a bit lucky Saturday. Tonight we weren't. Tonight we, for once, we dominated. Well, not for once. We dominated possession, and they just didn't lay a glove on us, really, did they?
I would be interested to gauge this because I don't want to be unnecessarily critical of Brenna Woolley and Alex Matthew, but I do feel like there's more jeopardy in their commentary than there is actually happening in the match. It's always on the edge of your seat stuff unnecessarily. I don't think it always feels like we're about to concede.
Do you think, Rich, because they've been commentator and sub-commentator on Ipswich for so long, they just expect it? I think it's what it is.
Matthew's
probably
got a terrible record.
They've just seen it all, they just expect it. I think he said tonight, is Matthew... No, I assume Matthew will be doing Fleetwood and Morecambe's. I think he said he was talking about Rotherham over Easter, but I assume he's up north. He'll be doing Fleetwood and Morecambe as well, won't he? I would think, but yeah. Yeah,
we were doing our best to kind of tempt fate. I was tweeting about us wearing the white kit. Someone, I think Daryl might have mentioned that's a light kit and a dark kit is good for folks with who are visually impaired and colorblind. So that's a factor there. I just don't like us not wearing blue when we play teams in red, but
a bit of an odd
that's
one.
What they're going for, then
I think we've got quite a good record in the white kit, haven't we?
Apart from Charlton, and that's what I was worried about because every other time we've worn it on a Tuesday under floodlights, it's against the team in blue. But anyway, it did matter in the end. Fred blogs, can't remember when we last converted a corner.
I thought the corners were better tonight, though. At least they weren't sort of like the airy fairy
headers, Dave, don't we?
No, I know. At least we were missing the first defenders and stuff. Yeah, that little bit more. Yeah, Danassian's that was a sort of recycled ball from Thompson when it wasn't a bad effort, to be fair. But I thought the corners were better tonight. We just didn't, unfortunately, land on any.
Lee here, I think Bond must be on a bonus for every. We need to talk about this, Dave.
Because that could be Rich's hobby horse. Come on, Rich.
I've got the stats for it. I think I need to check.
Is he the most offside player in League One?
He was the most of players that have played more than 10, made more than 10 starts. One's got the most average offsides per game than anyone else in League One. And Norwood came on and for him and got offside straight away as well.
Norwood had a shocker. He made one good defensive header, didn't he? But other than that, I think he was offside with his first touch, was it his first bit of play? And then the finish was just the level. What was he doing?
Shocker. Charlie D's point here, and Matthew mentioned it in commentary, didn't he? About confidence, and that's got to be a factor here with Bonner.
It's confidence. Yeah. I mean, think of some of those headed goals he scored. I mean, he couldn't miss with his head early. I think the near post header against Shrewsbury, the bullet against Lincoln, the headers he was scoring. It's a confidence thing, and when you're confident, I suppose your timing's right. You see it with goal scorers. You're going through that spell where you just can't miss, and he did. He was having that spell, wasn't he? And now he's almost second. I guess he's almost trying to make too sure, instead of doing things instinctively and reacting to things. He's trying to make, and then you just lose that edge, I think.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. Trying to be too purposeful or
too precise.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, Howard's pretty comfortable, controlled that one.
Well,
Paul leaving to Paul. Way better than Saturday for me. G'day to Michael. Strange game, I think, is a fair summary.
Rich, what was the possession in the end? 70? Did it remain above 70, 74 or something like that?
Yeah, let me.
Surely.
Where's me? Oh, I've closed my browser.
No.
Not this one. Don't worry. I can get it back. Don't worry, I can get it back. Definitely not padding. Come on, load.
I'll put you on the spot.
No, it'll be there in a second. Here's just with this from Will. Given the form of our strikers, I think it's sensible to play 2 number 10s in behind, especially in away games. I guess I think we missed a Luco.
I certainly missed a Luco.
I'd have quite liked a Luco to
at least you'd think it'd be a start. It'd certainly be a starter for me on Saturday with Morsey. Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
68, Rich, just saw it. It went down.
Yeah, 68, you're right. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Total shot 17 on target. Let's see if I can add this into the WhatsApp. But your thoughts on Will's point here? I just don't. Piggott missed out. We need to talk about the lineup. Piggott missing out on the match day squad completely, which was a bit of a surprise.
Chopping and change. Edwards suddenly appears in the last 2 match day squad. gets a good run on Saturday, and then disappears again tonight. All right, he didn't pull up any trees on Saturday, so to speak, but yeah. So what we got?
Good to see Burns come back in. It's like
Yeah,
worry about his injury,
that,
but that obviously
we thought
proved to
about
be
that.
that dead leg.
Yeah, we thought that was a dead leg. Yeah, that was good. Yeah,
and I think it was more the 3-4-2-1 than
I think
what
so.
SofaScore have got here.
Yeah, no, there wasn't. Chaplin wasn't playing in the front two. I
He
don't
was
think. Walton, yeah, you look at back four, and Walton again was just he just looks secure, doesn't he? He just does give you that exudes sort of that confidence, doesn't he? And when he does get caught under a corner, he's there trying to win the ball. He wins a free kick and stuff. He just gives a lot more confidence.
And the thing he does is he's very quick off his line when there's a ball over the top and the defenders are kind of
he's alive,
facing towards him, and
yeah.
that was the difference. I mentioned that as well because I've got baggage with our previous goalkeepers. I don't think they would have been as swift off their line, and it just takes the pressure off, doesn't it? Here's the stats, Dave. You were mentioning the 68% possession there. I mean, no real surprise. 6 offsides there. Big chances created 5, missed 4. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'd say that's right. Yeah.
So
at least a better shot output and stuff, because don't think we had one on target against Sheffield Wednesday, and there certainly weren't that many on Saturday either. 2 or 3 at most, perhaps, on target. So yeah, that was better. Here we go.
Here's Paul's. Piggott, as I said, Piggott dropping out is a strange one, but then Aluko dropped out of the squad on Saturday, didn't he? As you say, it's a bit of a strange one. But Michael's point here is something I'm thinking. Simpson looking on, he was on the under 23s against I must think he's got a chance.
My youngest lad said that. Not sure about who did he say? So the previous message said basically, okay, Morsey for Evans, Luke Ovicino. I would say Saturday. If it was me, I'd say Morsey for Backinson probably.
Right.
Piggott for Bond's an interesting one. So that would mean, I mean, yeah. Do you know what? I'd like to see Piggott and Chaplin as a front two. I really would. I think I really would like to see that.
Short
I mean,
tall one.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, I would. Chaplin, has come from, played a lot in that role, certainly for Barnsley. So I'd like to see that given as another option. We haven't seen that one. Interesting one. It'd be quite odder still if Piggott was completely out tonight and then came straight back in on Saturday, unless there's an injury, unless he's picked up an injury that we don't know about, of course.
COVID and all that kind of stuff, maybe as well.
Well, I think Morsey obviously is nailed on to come back, and I agree with that. I'd like to see Aluko in.
Here. Alex Hare. Tactically, we struggle to break down teams that set up very deep. And it was good old direct balls that caused the goal. We have to make more of this approach, don't we? I mean, it was the diagonals were working. I think who's that? Is that that's Morsey? I'm ready to go, Dave.
Yeah,
I'm lined up. But yeah, sorry. I love this. Just to prove that this is live.
This is live. What
who's calling it 3:10?
Nobody ever rings on. That's my landline. Nobody ever rings that landline. Only when I'm convinced. Only when we're recording a podcast. Goodness.
Have you ever been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, Dave? Is that what it was?
Sorry, no. I know. Actually, I know this.
To Alex's point, I mean, we've had Gillingham and Accrington to a lesser extent, and tonight Doncaster, who have, whenever they've had the opportunity, got everyone behind the ball. I think we've probably been a little bit too patient and allowed them to do that. Yeah. So to Alex's point, kind of a quick ball over the top. Edmondson played a lovely through ball to Bond, didn't he, in the first half that nearly caught them out.
There was one
strategy that's gonna.
There was one to Chaplin as well, where he sort of tried to he got it under and didn't quite get his shot away. The one that Matthew said perhaps he should have volleyed as the ball drops from about 40 foot in the air, if you remember. Look, I said before it's League One, for God's sake. So yeah, I don't have any issue with mixing it up a bit and going Route 1 in League One for goodness sake. Yeah.
FPL tractor to be Bond, some off-field things, and I wonder that's
it's all a factor.
Need to remember that human beings, isn't it?
All a factor, definitely.
Howard controlled the game, but lacked confidence in the last third. Selena gives a bit extra on the ball, but still frustrates Chaplin. There you go. Chaplin was
Totally
excellent.
agree with Howard. Totally agree with everything he said there. Definitely. Yeah.
Good old Howard. Yeah.
Oh, Howard. He knows. He knows.
Maz. Craig's mate, I believe, Maz. Hate to be that guy and come in after him, but we need to get a lot better to get out of this league. If we keep winning, though, and not playing that good, do you know what I mean?
Well, exactly. As we've said, in recent things, that's been such an un-Ipswich thing in recent seasons. That's been such an un-Ipswich thing to do. So, yeah, I've got no problem with that. I've got no problem. Game's gone. Concentrate on the big one at the weekend.
And there's some... we can't sit here and pretend that we've blown these teams away, because we haven't. The 1-0,
it's been tight.
2 in a row, isn't it?
Yeah.
The stats possession wise, I think, highlight that we have a lot of the ball, maybe don't do a huge amount with it, but these are teams that are fighting for survival, that don't want to get beat. We're seeing it with, we see this with the ITFC women's team. We went to the Gillingham game, didn't we?
Yeah.
And they struggled to break down Gillingham, because Gillingham were just about, I want the point. I'm happy with the point. And
also we probably shouldn't discount the home game. There's some pride going on there. They're not going to roll over and get beat 6 again, for goodness sake. So there's probably a little bit of a fallout from there as well. So yeah,
don't be surprised if the performances improve when teams attack us, and suddenly that incisive passing. That you never.
I mean, it should be a good game of football Saturday, shouldn't it? It really should.
The pitch is crap there. I know the women's team had a tough afternoon on a non-league.
I heard that. There was
Stadium MK.
There was some real questions about the pitch.
Stadium MK's pitch is cutting up terribly as well, though, by the sound of it. So, anyway.
Time of the year.
What else have we got here? Flim flam. Not sure about these new Teflon boots. A lot of the lads wearing on both sides, weren't they? Yeah, definitely. Morning, I guess, for Simon. I think he's in San Fran. I think. Shush! Don't tell anyone I'm here. I'm supposed to be working. Also, just hit it. So then, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Adding Morsey in. Yeah, I think we'd definitely agree with that. FPL.
Yeah.
Rodders, even if Rodders felt like we were holding on at the end, but other times we would have dropped points.
Were we holding on? I mean, as we said, a couple of late sort of corners and stuff, but I don't really think we were holding on. That was a sort of game we were always in control of, I thought, really.
I think it was to Brenner and Alex Matthew. It was waiting for us to stuff something up, or someone to ping one from 30 yards.
Well, they summed that up. They said, someone's going to make a big mistake, or someone's going to score a worldie here. You can see it. As I said, because they've seen it all before. Yeah.
Paul, Westlake, Chaplin and Thompson off the ball work was excellent.
Interesting.
Clearly passionate for the team. I echo the thoughts on Thompson. I thought he was definitely a pick.
Just looks solid, doesn't he? He's a bit more solid than Penny. I've got no problem with Penny in the sort of final third. I thought he used to get forward really well, probably more than Thompson. But yeah, Thompson looks a more solid player, doesn't he? Which I quite like.
MW here, loads of good football. Did what we needed to do. Finding ways to beat teams, different games Saturday. I think that's a really good summary. Yeah, fair thought there. Alex is back. Given McKenna's results with this somewhat chaotically assembled squad, I cannot wait to see what he can do with his own players and some money to spend. I wonder whether, clearly that's something that bodes well, depending on which division we're in, I guess, as well. Do you think McKenna is fully in like the manager, or do you think he is a head coach? Because Ashton obviously had his hand very much in the summer recruitment. Do you think that would be the same?
I mean, I would say certainly he's more of a manager stroke coach. That's his background. That's my take on it, I think. And Ashton is very much in control of the transfers. But as I think you can perhaps see, maybe Backinson. All right, scored the goal tonight, brilliant. But we watched the game tonight, and both my lads sort of watched and say, and I think you may have said this last week that God, Harper must have been awful in training, because really
that wasn't me.
No, it wasn't. But do you know what I mean? Though, is he that much of a an upgrade on Harper, for goodness sake? I suppose he's more experienced in Harper, and Harper's only 21, and perhaps he'll come back better for his loan spell at Crewe. But that was perhaps a little bit of an odd signing, but Yeah, and I think you could certainly. My take on it, I think you can certainly see the players seem fitter now than
Yes.
they even were at the start of McKenna's. 8 games ago, for goodness sake. Thinking back to the Wickham game, probably the Wickham game, the Sunderland game. They were absolutely out on their feet. But now there's certainly the fitness seems to be better. And from what you understand from within the club, the coaching seems to be better, perhaps and a bit more inspiring as well, which is good.
The thing that I thought was noticeable, particularly tonight, actually, maybe because I'm used to being stood in the North Stand and less of a good vantage point, is I know that we we maybe lament a little bit the over possession, the over passing, but there's the passing is a lot of the time one touch and instinctive, because it feels to me that the team know this shape now and know their roles better. So actually, there was a few moments where a few clever flicks from Chaplin, I remember doing one round the corner,
it didn't come off.
But most of the times we're trying passes or little instinctive flicks or little turn around the corners, and there's always a white shirt there. So it does feel like that understanding is growing, and it wasn't there under Cook, was it?
No, it wasn't. And I know Thompson's come into that back 4, back 5, but there's that settled back 3 now, which helps.
Yeah. And that system may have been John McGreal's biggest legacy for us. Anyway, David Bergen, thank you so much for the super chat. Again, David's very generous. Yeah, we really appreciate that. We've got a few bits and pieces in the pipeline that we're working on, and certainly I'm not here asking for donations any more than we usually do. We appreciate the support, and we're happy to do what we do for free. Obviously, if you guys feel motivated to do that's brilliant. But hopefully Dave's got some negotiations on the go.
So.
We can't say anything too much because there's a few. We're like Jim Major with our irons in the fire, but a little bit different stuff as well, and hopefully with the C word, not that one. Hopefully life returning a little bit more to normal, we might be able to do things maybe outside. So supporting us allows us to do that kind of stuff, because we need to invest in equipment, all that kind of stuff. So David, thank you so much for that. Thank you to everyone else who's donated as well. We appreciate that. Everyone else, we just appreciate you joining in the chat. Let's go back to it and see if I can remember where I stopped. Lee, I'd always play Elmes over Backinson from now on. Elmes, thoughts on that?
Did he touch it?
Didn't really do much, did he?
No, I wasn't aware.
I mean, he's our player, I guess.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Good point, Lee. Yeah, he is our player. Yeah.
Alex, Wolfie was my match. I thought Wolfie's had really consistent performances of late.
I thought quite casual at times tonight.
There was a little bit of complacency, I thought.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alex. I don't know, obviously,
we all see different. We all see.
Yeah, exactly right. None of us have got the monopoly on good opinions, have we? So let us know what your thoughts on Wolfie's performance was, Alex. Interesting to hear that. Robert's here with the positivity. I love Robert when even lads, great result. I take that other teams both runs lost. Only 6 points off the playoffs, he says. So I need to get the league table up and have a look at this.
A win on Saturday, and then I think the belief will really be there with those 2 home games coming up.
But you are right that MK Dons are second.
They are.
Should I go through if I am? My computer wasn't so damn slow. I mean, I can talk through some results. Shall I do that?
Go on, do it in the form of the old
James
BBC.
Alexander Gordon.
James Alexander. Here are the results for League One.
AFC Wimbledon 0, Rotherham 1. Accrington beating Oxford's probably the headline of the night, isn't it?
Massive result.
And bloody hell, Sunderland need a new manager quickly, don't they? Cheltenham 2, Sunderland 1. All the best teams lose 2-1 at Cheltenham, though, don't they? So there's good company there for Sunderland. Back to it, Crewe 1. Oxford coming from behind to win 4-1 away at Crewe. I guess not a surprising result before
Plymouth.
the evening, but
Plymouth.
Sorry, did I say? Sorry, Plymouth, Crewe.
Did Harper start? I wonder. I'll have a look. You carry on. I'll have a look at that.
You're asking me all these questions. I can actually
tell
you.
I know. I'm firing.
No, that's fine. I'll get straight into it. Harper did play.
There you go.
And he was subbed.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
It didn't sound like Crewe had a particularly good night. Obviously, the scoreline suggests that. Fleetwood 1, MK Dons 1, though, giving us some hope there, Fleetwood. Gillingham 1, Cambridge 0. So Gillingham's hiccup at the weekend against Ipswich is put out, is put to one side. Lincoln beat Morecambe. Portsmouth beat Burton. Sheffield Wednesday beating Wigan.
Yeah.
Another headline there.
Yeah.
Another headline also. Wickham 0, Shrewsbury 0. And I think Wickham are going to fall short of the playoffs, Dave. There you go.
I think they
There's
might.
my prediction.
I think you are right.
Back to the chat. MW, man of match, Thompson, Buckerton, or Chaplin, baby. There you go. Rob, evening to Rob. Lucas should replace Selena. I think.
Disagree with that, Rob.
Yeah, I think we
disagree with that.
Yeah, there you go. Chris Nunn also agrees with that.
Yeah.
What else have we got? Oh, Rob, I'm whispering this quietly, but is this the ever elusive new manager bounce and a run of results we've missed? It's interesting, that, isn't it? I mean, I would hope that it's a little bit more sustainable than that.
Yeah.
How long does a new manager bounce last?
I'm not sure. It's a bit like Ben's. How much does a goal weigh? I mean, 6 games out of 8. When did we last do that? Beginning of last season, perhaps? Do you think? Probably. Yeah, a while ago, that's for sure.
Yeah, possibly the start of 1920, I think.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Last year. Yeah.
Well, there you go. There's a hypothetical question for everyone to consider. How long does a new manager bounce last? And are we still in that phase?
Honeymoon period.
You know, to Daryl, does it seem like Chaplin was overplaying due to Morsey being out? I mean, Morsey's absence has been felt in more than a defensive sense, hasn't it, Dave? I think you were.
No, it has. Just in that, when we are passive with the ball, Morsey is the one that I've said before that will get the ball and actually drop his shoulder and break the lines. We've seen it often. Often I saw him do it at Sunderland and and different subsequent games to that. So yeah, we've missed him for that. And his defensive capabilities as well. But yeah, that midfield drive, we've certainly missed that.
Yeah. Here we go. Backinson needs a chance alongside Morsey before we make a decision. There we go. Yeah, lots of debate. I mean, it's a difficult one.
Yeah, and we said the same about Harper. I think me and Joe was on the pod last week, said exactly the same. It's just a shame that you won't get to see Harper alongside Morsey. Agreed.
Body. If Bond connects that header at 3 minutes differently.
Yeah.
I mean, we usually talk through the chances and the game in kind of chronological order, but I thought I'd just jump into the comments. There wasn't a huge amount in it to talk about. But Bond has
you could have said, and on whatever minute, and Bond misses a header. And Bond misses a header. Bit harsh, sorry.
Yeah.
Bit harsh.
He was in the right positions. If you're looking for silver linings, he's got to be there, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Chris, Selena man of the match. As if Nord and Bond score from his creativity. Yeah, 3-0. And he's got 2 assists. Yeah, fair point. Yeah, totally agree with that.
Yep.
Will, nothing wrong with a pedestrian win. Hopefully leaves some in the tank for Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. I mean, Burns got through it seemingly. Evans got a knock, went down with a knock, but he did come off. He did come off, didn't he? I think, didn't he?
Evans?
No, he stayed on. Did he?
Yeah, he stayed on.
Okay. Right.
Luca came on for Chaplin, didn't he?
Oh, he did. Sorry, you're right. Yeah.
So he did turn on halfway and look a little bit uncomfortable, but
hopefully he'll be okay. I see that. I see the midfield too being Evans, and if he's fit, Evans and Morsey Saturday.
Daryl, Sunderland lost to Cheltenham tonight, as we were saying. That says more than Doncaster being incapable. Yeah, I'm trying to interpret and trying to dissect that. That says more than Doncaster. Yeah, maybe I should move on. Lee, I listened to the Donny commentary tonight. Slightly biased. What were they saying, Lee? That's what we want to hear.
I started to, Lee, and then it was a real lag on mine. It was such a lag on it that I had to switch to Brenner and Alex Matthew.
I'm still thinking about Daryl's comment.
Get Daryl to interpret Daryl.
So I think he's making the point that anyone can beat Sunderland at the moment, and therefore, maybe I don't know, Daryl, help us out. Maybe it's American to English. We're not doing you justice. David, thank you. How are you doing, Dave? I asked you to start, but
I'm doing all right, mate. Actually,
did you get that mattress back in the box?
That's I got the mattress back in the box and shuffled it out in the hall. I said, I can't have that. I can't have that behind me for the pod anymore. So yeah, Joe, it's almost a challenge. Joe said, yeah, once you get that mattress out of the box, it's impossible to get back in. So yeah, he was right, but I got it back in eventually after much swearing and cussing. But yeah, so I moved it out in the hall tonight.
Good job. Romeo 4. The MK game will suit us better.
Yeah,
come out to play. Do we? Yeah, I mean, give us your thoughts looking ahead to Saturday. Dave, you'll be there. One of the 7.
Yeah. Got one of the last sort of tranche of tickets. Yeah, really looking forward to it. You know, we know they like to get it down and play. We do as well. Yeah, should be a good game. Should be a really good game. You know, I don't think I've ever been to an away game before without outnumbered the home fans. Probably Milan in the San Siro must have been close because there wasn't many in that night, was it? But yeah, I don't think I've ever done that. Certainly a league game, I can't remember. So yeah, it should be a good occasion. And just hopefully Morsey back. Hopefully we turn up, put in a performance, and come away with 3 points. Hopefully that will then you really will start to think it's on. Given that, you know, then the next 2 home games are Burton and Cheltenham. Yeah, blimey.
Yeah, well, worth mentioning, obviously, we've, as always, got plenty going on the pod here. Blue Monday, ITFC.co.uk. We've got a little running order for the shows on that week, and we tried to add more detail so you know what's going on there. But we'll be back for the pre-match show. I think it's me and Craig. That'll be out Friday. We'll be looking at MK Dons. We'll also have a preview of ITFC women's match with Crawley Wasps on the Sunday. Flagship show is back on the Sunday, and I think that's Dave again, possibly with Ben. I haven't confirmed it yet, actually, have I?
You haven't confirmed it. I put my availability through.
Ben has. Yeah. I think Ben will be in the host chair again. And Dave, you should be there because you're going, aren't you? So
yeah, I believe Craig was representing the podcast up at Donny tonight.
He's putting the miles, isn't he?
Intrepid Craig. Well, good on him, mate.
Good for him. Yeah, exactly right. As I said, Blue Monday ITFC for all the details, where to subscribe, where to listen, where to watch. All that cool stuff is there, all of our socials. So do get involved in that. Worth mentioning as well before we jump back into the comments, this time next week, depending on when you're listening, obviously, 16th, Dave and I will be back with Joe and Mark Donaldson to talk through the Paul Mariner book.
To that.
And so do join us for that. That will be our live show next. I think it'll be live, probably live.
I think you said it was,
week, so do get involved in that.
Yeah.
That should be really good. Let's get back to the comments. Paul's going for a compromise. He's going for a point on Saturday. Would you take a point against MK?
I think I would away. Yeah, they're on a hell of a run. So yeah, and then win the next 2. You're still well over that 2 points a game for the last since the turn of the year, aren't you?
Yeah. Romeo's back with Walton's top class. Lucky to have him. Thank you, Mr. Cook.
Well, yeah, fair play. Yeah, credit where credit's due.
Thank you to Mr. Ashton for making it permanent in the January as well.
Yeah,
there's a real marquee signing that. I think folk maybe underestimate how significant that is. I'm really pleased with that.
Top class is perfect description.
And a lovely guy as well,
and a nice guy to boot.
Listen back to our interview.
So
he's a football fan. He knows what it means.
Yeah.
There you go. Back to Romeo. I think Piggott and Cheltenham start the first game of the season. Is that right? Worth a go again. Good shout, Dave. There you go.
There you go. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Thompson had a good game. Yeah, lots of support for that.
Yeah.
Nathan, another Melbourne alumni.
Melbourne.
Did you see my tweet earlier, by the way, in support of Neighbours, Dave?
I saw. I didn't. I saw that on the news last night that Channel 5 are dumping Neighbours, so they're looking for another another station to syndicate it, aren't they? Yeah. Saw that. Oh, you tweeted in. Were you brought up on Neighbours then, Rich?
Yeah, a little bit. I as most students do, I graduated from university and then went and backpacked for 6 months around the world. And went to Melbourne and went and did the Neighbours tour.
The Neighbours set. Ramsey Street.
Here's a photo of me with hair all my hair is kind of
Oh
gravity.
my goodness me!
Gravity's pulled the.
Whoa.
I'll put it back. I'll just say gravity's pulled the hair from the top of my head to the bottom of my face. But there's me and Toadfish, and
oh, it is. There you go.
I thought people were saying it looks like Norwood. So there you go. So I thought I would share that if you want to laugh this evening.
Me.
Apologies for those who are listening on Acast. Go to my Twitter at Ipswich for me and Toadfish Rebecca from 2007.
There you go.
Save neighbours. That's what we want.
Save Ramsey
I'm sure Nathan, if you're a local rather than an expat, you don't watch Neighbours because I don't think many people in Australia admit to watching it. So there you go. Daryl reminding us that Connor Wickham is in the ranks of MK. Should I tell you if he started tonight?
Sure. If he did, they probably won't be playing Saturday. Sorry, bit harsh.
So he was not. Yeah. So bloody hell, they were playing a 3-4-3. Their front three, Dave, Twine, Isa, and Parrott. And Wickham was on the bench and came on 72, so more likely to come off the bench.
What a job that young Manning's doing there, and Chris Hogg.
Ed, yeah, exactly right. We'll talk about that on the pre-match. Ed Sheeran, representing the Brits in his blue suit.
Never misses an opportunity, Ed, does he? Never misses an opportunity.
Chris is back with his stats.
There we go.
For promotion odds, it's still estimating 77 points for a 50% chance of us making 6th and 80 points for a 90%. But I guess after another win, we're a bit closer. Chris, can you give us the probability of us getting to those points? I think you've got that as well. Apologies if I've misquoted you there or got that wrong. But obviously at the moment, 47. And I can't do the extrapolation in my head. Maybe we need to bring the question.
So 47 with 15 games. So 47 with 45 to play for, yeah?
Yes. Yeah. And we're on 2 points a game. Ish. I don't know. There's too much maths going on. I need a spreadsheet.
47, 2 points a game. That gives you, if we average 2 points a game for 15, that will give you 77 points.
If you're a long-standing subscriber to Blue Monday, if it's time for us to bring back the extrapolate, let us know in the comments. We haven't done that in about 3 years though, because we've never had anything to
No. Ben used to love an extrapolation.
At the start of the 1920 season, when we were on 100% points or whatever, we were going to finish with.
Tell you when that started to go south of 2 points a game, we quickly ditched that one, didn't we?
Yeah, if it's time to bring it back because we all need to figure it out, then let us know in the chat. I'm sure we can do that.
Yeah.
Interesting to see Carrick and Solskjaer. We mentioned that at the start. Sporting Kieran McKenna, obviously highly thought of.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, good shout. Here's Robert again. I love this. See us getting another good result on Saturday, hopefully. Roy Keane take charge of Sunderland. They will fall.
That would be sweet.
I quite like the idea of playing Sunderland in the playoffs.
Roy Keane's upset the good citizens of Woodbridge today.
Oh, God, yeah. Trolling the good name of Woodbridge. I bet he's never.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Mikey, our colleague Mikey, was up in arms. Absolutely livid he was.
He's kind of gone. What's the name of that cinema? Is it the Warfront?
Riverside.
That's it. He kind of ever been there. Neither have I, as you can tell.
It's brilliant.
Here you go, Mikey. Aforementioned. How do we get Aluko back in the team? Well, what happens, Mikey, is McKenna writes his name on the team. Sorry, I'm joking. Selena played well, and Chaplin. Yeah, I mean, this is a fair point. Maybe I've been overly critical.
I foresee a straight swap for Selena.
Yeah, okay.
That's
can't
what
drop
I
Chaplin.
See. No, I don't. I don't think so. Straight swap for Selena. Selena, perhaps bench.
Paul asking about this kits thing that we talked about again at the start. I do think. I mean, Huddersfield purposefully wore a different kit tonight, and it was quoted on the Sky Sports news tracker that it was to aid visual for visual impaired, and I think that might be a factor now. But as I don't like it. Away kit crimes and all that kind of stuff.
Tradition.
I think that might be it. A light kit and a dark kit to help people differentiate. Maybe. I think that might be what it is, Paul, but unofficial. So we'll wait for confirmation. Julian, just watching ITV4 in the background where we've got Paul Mariner on a 6-year contract in 1980. 6-year contract? I'm not sure.
No, not sure about that one.
No,
Not sure about that.
That didn't come up in the book.
76 he signed.
Certainly
but
his contract negotiating 83 was in the book, wasn't it?
yeah, it certainly was. Yeah, but what a player! What a player!
Blue. Any chance of McKenna bringing in Ollie and Carrick?
Wow, that'd be
Get
a
them to do some
statement.
scouting for us, eh?
That'd be a statement, wouldn't it? Crikey.
Northern Scouts.
Yeah.
And was any greater than Backinson? There you go. Reckon Carrick could play. Stick Carrick in deep line in centre mid.
Crikey. Can you imagine him just sitting in there next to Morsey? Wow.
Spannerman's our resident Sunderland fan. He's got his head in his hands.
I know. Wow.
What's the situation with them? I haven't put the league table up yet. Let me put the league table up. We can have a look at. Sorry, Spannerman. I don't want to put salt in the wounds or anything. A long way to go. Still plenty of football to be played. Here you go. Sunderland now 3 defeats on the trot, down into 4th position. And actually, suddenly it's really tight. Look at Sheffield Wednesday with their victory over Wigan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're on a really good run, aren't they? Yeah, 4 wins on the spin. Yeah, good. A fair bit of green loss. Oh no, but you don't like that sequence, Rich. Dear, loss, win, win, loss, win, win. Oh no, got to break that sequence on Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, good point. Symmetry. Yeah.
Got to break that. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a blue. I'd take a blue now on Saturday. A blue D. I'd take that on Saturday. I think, given the next 2 home games.
And still down at the bottom, Doncaster, Crewe, Gillingham and Morecambe. That kind of feels like, I'm not sure about Wimbledon, but that bottom 4 kind of looks.
You can see Morecambe, if the striker holds his form, you can see Morecambe. Yeah, you can see Morecambe's. They've got a goal scorer, haven't they? You can see them perhaps getting out of there.
To Paul's point here, we were talking about Keane last week, and he's still supposedly in negotiations. So, give us your thoughts on that one. What else have we got here? Alex Dew got from 8 points to playoffs now to 9 points off second. We have a serious chance now if we keep this for. Oh, Alex,
is that right? I didn't notice that.
Do you want to put the league table back up?
Yeah, go on.
The trouble is we've played games more than everyone else.
Yeah, well, crikey, yeah. Look at Wigan, 4 games more. So it's a little bit of a misnomer there.
It's mathematically correct, isn't it? But Wigan.
Yeah, but I tell you what, look at that. You win against MK Saturday, and you are, you're right in the mix, aren't you? You really are. Yeah.
I applaud the optimism, Alex. I honestly do.
You've got to. I know people say games in hand, and Wigan did get beat tonight, you've got to fancy Wigan and Rotherham, I think now.
How many back-to-back wins did Cook have?
Not many.
Probably a few. It's a good shout, Will. The trouble is, I'm not clever enough to. I'm just about got away with taking some screenshots of the
Joe Fairs would know that immediately.
Someone in the chat might help us out. If you go to Wikipedia, or anything like, go on, type.
Do you know what?
Computer, internet, and then
he actually. McKenna may have as many already as Cook had in his spell.
Probably does. I mean,
probably does.
Close,
there wasn't many.
It's a good shout, Dave.
Yeah, there weren't many.
I might dig that. Do you see Cook was on Sky Sports News tonight? By the way,
no, I didn't. No,
he was. having bants with Chris Boyd, Paul Merson.
Because I think is he still in negotiation? Apparently, he was. Well, I read earlier today. He was sort of still. He was in negotiation for the Chesterfield job. Yeah.
If they want me, I'll be there.
Come and get me.
Come and get me, please.
Missed that.
Alex, thank you so much. Very generous donation. Appreciate that. I always appreciate the good feedback as well. It's rare, Alex, that it's anything other than where's Ben or where's Mike. So I do appreciate that. Thank you very much.
When's Ben and Mikey going to be on?
Yeah, where are they? They're the proper ones. Julian, we are capable of beating any team above us now. Couldn't say that a while back. Rotherham, Rotherham have got kryptonite around us. Do you feel that confidence? I mean, MK is a real statement win if it happens. We keep saying this, isn't it?
If we go to MK and win on Saturday, then that must give we're confident we can go anywhere and win. Absolutely.
It's Daryl. Thank you, Daryl.
Oh, here we go.
I'm a little bit behind on the comments. I mean, the Donny beating Sunderland was more down to Sunderland being poor currently than Donny being a surprise. Yeah.
Okay,
I think I got there in the end.
Good
do
grief,
appreciate
though,
that.
Daryl. Sunderland must have been awful.
Yeah.
God dear.
I can't show you this privately, unfortunately. Mikey might be getting either of us in trouble here. Bottomless brunch at BB's pre-game Dave.
Oh yeah, he did mention that. He didn't mention a bottomless brunch, but he did mention that. Yeah.
Rob supporting Brenner here. Yeah, sorry, my criticism of there's a lot of tempting fate or preempting panic and alarm. Obviously, Brenner's description of the match is totally fine. By the way, he's an excellent commentator and I don't buy into that he's too happy when the opposition scores, and he's not happy when Ipswich score and all that stuff. It's purely, I think, both him and Matthew. There were points tonight where they were making more of the situation for Doncaster in an attacking sense than it really was. I remember similar MK Dons. Do you remember was it 1-0 away at MK Dons 1920 season? And I think
Chambers scored.
A few of was it Nolan possibly? I think
possibly. Yeah, possibly. You might be right.
It was a midweeker, and I remember.
Oh no, that's not the one I'm thinking of. Yeah,
I think Joe might have been there. Maybe some other guys were there. And in the Blue Monday WhatsApp, there's a few of us who were not at MK, going, "This feels really, really tense." And Joe was there. It's like, nah. So I'd be interested to know whether Craig felt a little bit apprehensive at stages tonight.
I think, I say they've got to be even-handed and stuff. Obviously, Matthew's a Town support now. That Brenner is, but yeah, I just think they sometimes get share our frustration sometimes, and it sort of shows in the commentary.
Yeah, and they'll probably be saying things that
and Matthew was quite right tonight. We're saying right through the game, we should be putting these away 3 or 4. He was quite right.
Yeah, Julian's got it right there. I think there's, and maybe that's why he's doing his job well, is because otherwise it would be pretty boring if tonight was as maybe as pedestrian or a practice matchy as if the commentary wasn't there, we'd have been tuned out, wouldn't we? We're doing scrolling through Twitter and looking at Ed Sheeran's blue suit. So there you go. Sully, I see you there. David's doing his usual shout out for Irish Ipswich fans. If you are in Ireland, I'm sure you guys are getting out there in the comments to David, but if not, give him a shout.
There'll be a few out there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Must be.
We always like bringing people together here.
Yeah.
Paul, Wickham and Parrot Fried.
Yeah.
I would suspect probably not.
I would assume they would
I think they might be on the pitch together at some point.
Yeah.
There you go. There was a time. Sadly. Rich with hair. Thanks, Romeo. What else have we got? Oh, another one. David. Thank you so much again.
It's the same. Is that the same guy?
David is just prolific.
Fantastic.
Very grateful. Thank you so much.
I'm sure David. I'm thinking about David. I'm sure there must be an Irish branch of the supporters club. Must be.
Yeah.
They usually are in. I say far flung. It's not exactly far flung, is it? But I'm sure there are. I'm sure there must be.
Form table looking good, says FPR Tractor. Yeah. Here comes Chris Rand. Probability of top 6 now doubled to 8%. As I said, we're still likely to need 80 points to be sure, which is 10 wins, 2 draws, and 3 defeats.
He's right, though.
Are 10 potential wins out there.
Yeah.
Do I need to get the fixtures up? Do we want to look through this now? Dare we look ahead?
Well, certainly the next 2 home games.
Yep.
Fleetwood, Morecambe.
Let me
Crewe, we've got to play at home.
Let me put this up there. Let me we'll come back to this. Just I'm padding for time. Sorry, I should have just put. Oh, there's another one. Nathan, our friend in Melbourne. Thank you, Melbourne. Thank you, Melbourne. Good night, Melbourne. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you want to do that, the little super chat sticker in the corner, we really appreciate that. So Nathan, thank you so much. And we always appreciate the contingent down in Australia. We don't need to do a shout out for Australian Town supporters.
No, we know they're there. We know it. Yeah.
Paul, where's Ben? He was on early. You missed him.
Missed that shirt. He was in a spectacular shirt.
Where did he get him from? That's what I want to know. I've got the league. No, I haven't. I've got our fixtures. Can you tell I'm padding? Just there we go. Boom, up. TWTD have helped me out here.
There we go.
I think, Charlton is the final game of the season. Just wanted to double check that.
Lincoln home. I mean, yeah.
Burton,
So
Cheltenham, Morecambe,
you're looking at
Clayton.
Oxford away, Rotherham away, Wigan at home, and yeah, I mean the rest are very, very winnable. Oh, okay, you've got Plymouth at home, I suppose, but it's at home.
Don't get ahead of yourselves,
Can I see 10 wins? I think we're going to be close, Rich. You know,
I mean,
think we're going to be close.
Chris has said 3 defeats, didn't he? So let's So
3 defeats. You got take Rotherham away. You got to think Rotherham away. Oxford
Wigan
away. Do you think?
I think do we say draw at MK? Let's be positive as much as we can be about MK.
Okay, so draw at MK, then win. Hang on, Portsmouth at home, win.
Oxford away will be a 0-0 draw. Because it always is.
Don't. I used to start every season when I was a kid. I used to go through every single fixture. I used to turn them down and say, Dad, I said, have you worked it out, son? He said, yeah, I think we're going to win. It's 42 games. I think we're going to win 35, draw 4 and lost however many. Yeah.
Tom T, thank you so much. And I think those are Australian dollars as well that Nathan, shout out to Sydney. So this is the debate. Which is better, Sydney or Melbourne?
Oh, no, you don't go there. Don't go. Well, no, go there.
Don't mix the counties. Go there,
but no, I wouldn't.
Go there. Great cities. Both very different cities as well.
They really are.
That's
I only spent a couple of days in Melbourne, so I did a city walk and ended up at the tennis centre in the cricket stadium at the MCG. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I did the MCG. And then a few nights later, met Tofish.
Oh, there it is. There it is again.
Tell you what, I'm enjoying looking at it. Just
if you're wanted by the police, if you ever went missing or something like that, have you got a photo of your face? You got a photo of Rich? Yeah, here he is. You'll never be. There's no one to find you, mate. Ever.
Oh man, what happened? I mean,
I'd be asking James Norwood next year. Have you seen this man?
I had a student overdraft that I was still able to use. Didn't have a job, didn't pay any blooming national insurance or anything like that. Those were the days, eh? Anyway, back to real life. Crew game away, Dave. Yeah, what else have we got? Yeah, Brisbane. Apologies, Michael. Yeah, we need to shout out everyone. This is turning to Australia. Loving in the last few minutes here.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Loving this.
Anyone in from Perth?
Yeah, come on, shout out Perth. Tassie. Come on, Western Australia.
Come on, Tasmania.
Yeah, come on, Tasmania. There we go. Getting into playoffs at Charlton, nice. Scott Fraser in goal. Boom. There you go.
Scott Fraser missed penalty.
Yeah, come on. Brisbane and Sunshine State. I think we are running out of comments and we are getting on to nearly to 11:15. So we will last call for any shout outs, any favourite Australian cities, any Irish Ipswich Town supporters to hang out in Dublin with David. Any team predictions, any score predictions for MK, get them in now. We'll do one more little bit of plug-in for stuff, and then we'll finish off with the comments, and we'll get Dave's final thoughts as well. Blue Monday, itfc.co.uk, all the details, where to find all of our podcast shows, all of our videos, all of our socials. We were posting photos from Craig, who was in Doncaster tonight, and we usually try and get some cool stuff down our Insta feed where we can. We've mentioned 16th of Feb, our book club, first book club podcast with Mark Donaldson, alongside Dave and I and Joe, talking about the Paul Mariner book.
That one.
And hopefully the first of a few of those, maybe once a month we'll do that, I think. So if you've got other books in mind, I know someone messaged the Instagram account or something. But yeah, I probably will try to keep them Ipswich Towny, maybe.
Yeah, I know. We're not going to do Harry Potter or anything like that, are we?
No. I was going to do it. Yeah. No, we'll keep it football. And I didn't have a witty retort to that. My patter has all run out.
Dried up. You've used it all, Rich.
I should have said something in the Paul Cook accent, shouldn't I? Just let me distract everyone 1 second. There we go. There it is. So yeah, we'll be back on the 16th for that. Flagship show first and foremost, though, back on Monday morning, with Ben and Dave and another possibly Joe or Craig. We'll decide. We'll do the ippy dippy like Jimmy Bullard and Keith Andrews picking who takes a free kick. And before that, the Prematch show will give you all the insights that you need on MK. We've spoken a lot about them tonight anyway. but even more insights and the previews to the ITFC women's match at Crawley Wasps as well. So plenty available in the next few days. Final comments before we get Dave's summing up, and then we'll say good night to everyone, or good morning, depending on the where in the world you are. FPL Tractor, does Toadfish do those memo message? No, what I'm getting rid. Yeah, Cameo, you mean? Yeah. Do you remember 2007? Do you remember the pub quiz?
I bet he does. I bet he absolutely.
Yeah, he's not got hair anymore, but yeah, there you go. Ipswich, Queensland, Lee.
There you go.
I've been to Ipswich, Queensland. There you go. That's my interesting story of the night. Win the MK match. We're definitely on for 6th. Come on, you Blues, says Alex.
Start to believe.
That would have been 1 to end the show with, wouldn't it? 3-1 Town, says Michael. Simpson to score.
Oh!
Charlie, thank you, Charlie, for joining us. Always first in the comments as well, Charlie. I love you. Always getting in there early. He's like getting his sun lounge. He's got his beach towel out there. His Ipswich Town big logo. Charlie, great to have you with us as always. David's going 2-1. A lot of confidence after, admittedly, we started the evening with a little bit of a downbeat note because of the performance. And now suddenly, Ben came on, and ever since
lifted everything. It was the shirt, I think. It was the shirt that galvanised this, Rich.
It did the trick, didn't it?
Yeah.
Samuel, are we going to fall for this one? Yeah. What about your mate Mike, maybe as well?
Yeah. Come on. Come on. It might be quarter 11. Yeah,
it's not that late. Romeo, Town will win 1-2 on Saturday. Come on, you Blues.
Lee,
2-1. Lee, what's going on?
It's all going so well.
Well, we need to balance. We're here to bring balance. Last minute penalty. I think it's a 2-1 winner. McKenna Niesler in front of the 7,000.
I could see Paul Cook doing that, but somehow I can't see Kieran McKenna doing that. Could you?
No, not quite.
Take it. Yeah,
1-0 seems to be the. I mean, I'd take it. I think, Julian, that's possibly a plausible outcome, isn't it? We've got some form on that one now. Gary, Saturday even bigger now. Come on, you Blues. James Elmy, lovely stuff. Cheers, gents. Come on, you Blues. Swan Pub, Fenny Stratford pre-match Saturday. There you go.
Fenny Stratford.
Do I need to Google that? Have I fallen? Have someone actually got me?
Hell of a name. Apparently, there are no pubs.
Oh, near Bletchley. There you go. That is legit. That is legit. Thank you, James.
Okay.
Rob's going for a 0-0. I take a 0-0.
Yeah, I'll take that.
FBO Tractor going. Oh, thank you, FBO Tractor, and thank you everyone for for joining in as well. It's a great show because of the contributions in the chat. So it's and it's always better when we win as well, eh?
It is.
And Paul, thank you very much for helping me do my job. Quite right. If you give us a thumbs up as well, helps nudge us up the algorithm if you're on YouTube. Do subscribe as well. Plenty of decent content. We've got some really good stuff. It's not
coming up, hopefully.
Percolating. We're frying it in the think wok. There you go.
There it is.
What else have we got? Hopefully Ipswich will get me a birthday win on Saturday. There you go. That will be a great present. Here. Don't forget to switch the lights out on the way to MK. 3-1 win for Robert. Blues go for a 0-0. I think I can understand that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you, David. And thank you, Romeo. Dave, do you want to sew up Ipswich Town 1-0 victors on the road to Doncaster, and then we'll say goodbye.
Yeah, hard-fought win. Yeah, most importantly, let's forget about the performance because it was more than adequate. Saw it out comfortably. Good 1-0 win, 3 points. Move on to Saturday, and it's all set up. Really looking forward to MK on Saturday.
Yep. Dave, thank you for your time
and
your insights tonight. Yeah. Enjoyed that. Thank you, everyone who's stuck with us throughout, for your comments, for your super chat donations, super generous stuff tonight. Thank you, everyone, for that. And come on, you Blues.